It's January 12th. January 12th. It was a long dream. It was long. It was long. I feel tired. Okay, I was traveling. I was traveling to another country. I was in line, and I was being told to hurry. I'm traveling to another country. The way I know it's another country, they all look white though. No, they're not all white. There's some Indians there too, Indian people. And I'm in line, and they're telling me to hurry to buy my ticket. Where am I going? They have an accent. I don't know if it's Australia or England. They have that accent. And I'm giving them money too, like I'm paying for my ticket. And I'm looking at my wallet and I have different money in there. I don't know what kind of money, but I had it. I'm like, is this the right one? Because I had different types of monies. I'm like, is this the right one? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, okay. So I'm traveling. Oh my gosh, my hair is like a mess. I'm traveling. That's one scene. And then there's another scene where I'm in a car. I've been, gosh, I don't know if they're in the right order. I don't know if it's the right order, but it's okay. I'm just gonna see the scenes that stand out, because there's a lot. There's a scene, again, I don't know if they're in order, but there's a scene, I think this is the middle. So after the flight, or it's not even a flight, because it's like I just have to pay for my ticket to go to another country. And then I'm in a car with older adults. They're all older adults. They're all older. And I'm in the back seat. They're taking me somewhere. I don't know where they're taking me, but I'm trusting that they know where they're taking me. I get dropped off. It's like they're taking me to different points. It's like we're in a group. And we can't get lost or something because it's a new place. So they take me to... But the thing is that they drop me off at school. And I have to get the lighting equipment. I'm like looking at lighting equipment. I'm looking at lighting equipment. But I'm not taking a class on lighting. Maybe I'm supposed to... That makes sense, to take a class on lighting, because the whole business thing I'm working on, you know, I have to create like a studio, a lighting studio, or so I purchased these things. You can see the lighting stuff. I purchased like a whole set with my Groupon bucks, because I don't know why I bought them. I think there was a part of me that kind of already knew, So in my dream, I'm looking at lighting stuff. And I'm taking a class on lighting. And there's this need that I need to get ready for class too. I have to go to school, which I know I do, because school starts next week. And there's orientation today, in the middle of the day. It's gonna be a full day. And so I know that much. And then I go back in the car, and then they're taking me to another building. But in this building, it's business people. It's this girl that I follow on Instagram. I don't know if she has her YouTube. I should check if she does. She has a workout. I started following her when I started lifting weights and working out. She's beautiful. I think she's gorgeous. And she married this Italian guy, and they have a baby now. She got married in Italy. She's just gorgeous. And so I follow her. I still do on my personal account. But she was there. She was there. I haven't been able to get on Instagram, so I don't know. She's there. She's there, and her husband is there. And I could see, like, their room is messy. Like, it's messy. But she's hustling. Like, that was a theme. Like, she was just like, she's got this, she's got the baby, and her husband is helping her, right? She has her own business. Her husband is helping her. And the house is a mess. And it was like this feeling of like, okay, that's just how it is. You know, you're hustling. So, because that was when, okay, just keep going, you. So there's that. So I thought that was so weird. I'm like, why am I dreaming about? Why are you in my dream? Thinking about it, like, it's weird because, like, I'm seeing things unfold, but at the same time I'm questioning it. Like, why am I seeing you? Like, I'm trying to understand in my dream. Why am I seeing you? Why am I seeing you? Then there's another scene, and I think this other scene was before. It was around the scene of the trip when I was leaving to England or wherever. I want to say it was England because afterwards, like, there's all these like buildings, old buildings that, like, the school is in an old building. Yeah. So before I was buying a ticket, there was another. So I used to be part of Amway. That was one of the experiences. First type of business experience that I had. E-commerce, right? And I learned a lot, but it wasn't for me. At least not in the way that it was set up to be for that particular group. Because I noticed it, like, my ex and I were like, we would do things so differently. But we were struggling with our communication. That was right before my depressive episode. Like I was holding on to, like, just any little bit of hope. And then that came in, and then there was this burning, like, desire within me that kind of got reignited the way it was presented. And then once I was there, I was like, no, not for me. And it was that part. It was the transparency part that I didn't. Anyways, it's just set up differently, and I didn't appreciate it. But I never said anything. That was when I was really struggling with communication there, and I didn't speak up. I didn't speak up to express what I thought. And I remember the first time. I remember from the very beginning. Now I think about it. From the very beginning, I tried to speak up, but I was shut down. I remember I was shut down. And it was like we were forced. There was this forcing of There was a certain way to do it, and we had to follow that regimen. Yeah. But then we would look at other groups and we'd be like, why do they seem to be having more fun? Well, they seem to be having more fun doing it. You know, like it was just, it was a different vibe than the group that I was in, that we were in. But anyways, they were there. At the airport, they were there. And I was like, what the hell? They were there. I don't know if it was just our group or just people from that group, and not our group particularly, but it's like I knew that that's where they were from. And I'm like, okay, it's business, right? There was this, when I woke up and I sat with it a little bit, I'm like, there's this continued theme about business, and school. Business and school. Business and school were the main themes. And then these older people. What? I'm trying to find the connection between them. But they were taking me. They were taking me to where I needed to go. Because I remember being in the car. I was in the back seat. They were taking me to where I needed to go. Is it them? Is that them? You know, taking me to, like, showing me, taking me, like, this way you gotta do next. This way you gotta do next. Because that's what it felt like. It felt like we were visitors. That's what it felt like. We were visitors. We were tourists. And I was in the back seat, but they were taking me to where I needed to go. Yeah. Before this group of dreams, I had another group of dreams because I woke up. There were another group of dreams. It was a social setting. It was social. There was a party going on. There were a lot of people, like old coworkers were there. There's one guy in particular. He's not a coworker. He's the boyfriend of one of my coworkers. And there was just something about him. I don't know what it was. When I first met him, there was something about him when I met him, and I don't know what it was, but he was in my dream. And he was dancing, and I mean, a lot of people were dancing. There was something, it was that same feeling, like there's something about you and I don't know what it is. And I was trying to not be there. I don't know what it was. It was a party. There was just a bunch of party. There was a party. My brother and my sister-in-law were there. My cousin was there. Why would she be there? She doesn't do parties. She's one of the cousins that I grew up with. Very conservative. She wouldn't. That kind of scene would make her uncomfortable. people that I didn't know were there too. And there was someone there who was, there was an element of control. An element of control. Almost like they didn't want me to have fun, or not fun. No, because I wasn't even having fun. Like I was just, I remember just being in the room and thinking like, who the hell are all these people? And then when I would see people that I knew, I would gravitate towards them. It just felt like a huge party. There was a lot of people I didn't know. And when I would see people I would know, I'd gravitate towards them. That was random. I couldn't find I don't know where that scene came from. But then I woke up in the middle of the night because I had to go to Shum, I think. And then I've been reading this book. And, you know, so apparently we for many years, we never really slept through the night. That's so crazy. Like, I'm over here thinking like we need to have a good night's rest, right? But he's saying no, that for many years, we would have two groups of I don't remember how many hours, like 4 or 5 hours, 4 hours, and then we'd wake up for a few hours, and then we'd go back to sleep for a few hours, for 4 hours, and that's how we got our 8 hours of sleep. And that's how people used to do it, and until the industrial age. Until the industrial age, when the lighting stuff, artificial light, came into play, and then it just changed everything. It's a really good book. I mean, in terms so far, and maybe what, 1/4 in. So yeah, FYI. Alright, I need to get ready. Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at, inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience, and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next.